The whole truth, nothing but the truth, the unspoken truth.
Don't know how it keeps happening. One life, one love, we got to live. Shorty, come with me.
And we're live. That's how we do it. Each and every day, it's your boy KupidakaQ, and this is Unspoken. In today's episode, we are talking about Hey Girl. Now, Hey Girl is one of my singles. It was the very first song that I wrote after the departure of Crossover. Okay, so again, like we do all the time, and every time I talk about something, we gotta start from the beginning. So let's go back there. Okay, so you have Crossover. Did that episode already. You had Crossover, and pretty much what was going on was the group was deteriorating. The group was breaking up. Everybody was doing their individual thing. Everybody was on the way to do their solo career. At this juncture in time, I was in between on what it was I wanted to do because I didn't want the group to break up. I didn't want Crossover to break up at all. Like, that was the last on my mind. And I wanted to try to keep everybody together, but it just wasn't working. It wasn't working at that time. And everybody started doing their own little thing. I went in a very, very dark spot. Very dark, bro. Like, I didn't know what to do. I had to go back and try to find work because I wasn't working in Crosswalls. I wasn't working. Okay, so and I had to try to find work. So you go from being on tour doing all these shows and then coming back to humbling yourself, realizing like I gotta pay bills. I got bills to pay, so I gotta work. I gotta do something. And I don't want to say in the group I didn't really do that much writing, but in the group I wasn't allowed to do writing, or maybe I just wasn't writing capability there yet, which I probably couldn't really understand to the full length of it till now. But I wasn't allowed to do like a lot of. I mean, everything you hear me on, majority of the stuff I wrote myself, right? The chants, which chants are easy. You find something catchy and you keep it moving, right? But I'm talking about like bars. And Crossover was supposed to be, hip hop, R&B, reggae with soca infusion, right? And we just focused mostly on soca. So a lot of our hip hop tracks that either it came out or it didn't get as much love as the soca tracks. Not a lot of people were aware of this. Not a lot of people was keen to that. We were making R&B and stuff tracks. So I, again, was rapping for the whole entirety of this Crossover, right? So I came to the point that I was just like, I don't want to do it. That's probably why I'm probably the way I am now, kind of standoffish. But like, I didn't want to deal with anybody else. Didn't want to talk to no new people. Didn't want to just deal with any of the buffoonery, like of anything. Like I was in my room. I was just dark. Like, didn't want to do anything. Like, depression hit hard. So then one of my aunts that I would routinely go see like at every other week basis, she kind of pep talked me up. At that time I actually was engaged, right? I'm not married, but at that time I was engaged. And me and my ex-fiance would go and we would, talk to my aunt or whatever. And one day I was just like, I don't know about this music thing, and she was just like, what are you talking about? Like, you were really good at what you guys did, and you still yourself can still do so much. Like, you have a great business mentality. And I was like, yeah, and then she was like, well, why don't you go home and write a song? Now, at this time, I've written like hooks. I've written, because Crossover, it was 4 of us, so it really couldn't write like a 16-bar verse, because then Rick or Ricardo would be left out, or vice versa. So me and J-Rod would do like 8 bars, and I would do chants, if that, right? So I've never really written a full song, 16 bars and hooks, or however breakdown you want to do it. I'd never written a whole song. So I sat down, and I want to say I was going back and forth of like, well, I don't know where I want to be. Like, so I came up with this song called Something, which was like a reggae. King Bubba actually produced it on a train wreck rhythm. I don't think he even knows that I did this song because it never got released, right? It was just the song that we had the beat and I played with. That was the first time I written a whole song. But it was chanting and it was more reggae, but I felt like I was forcing it. Like it was something that wasn't like just there. It was forced. And I think I sent it to a couple of people and they were like, oh, okay, cool. Like, but they ain't nudged. They didn't really say anything. I was like, all right, whatever. So I reached out to a friend of mine who wasn't in the entertainment business, but she had a friend who was a producer in the entertainment business. And he was an up-and-coming producer named Black Sands. And he actually doesn't produce anymore, but and he literally sent me a beat. He was like, yo, I got this dope beat. Sent it. And then I got it, and it was like so hypnotizing. Like it was just like a groovy, like, yeah, like I can roll with this. I can roll with this. I got this. So I spent like maybe like a week or so. Now, okay, everybody knows me. I don't sing, right? I sing, but I don't sing. Like I do like what everybody else do in the shower, in the car. I'll sing, but I ain't singing. I'm not singing. Like I'm not a singer. I can hold a note. Don't get me wrong. I can hold a note, but I'm not gonna be the lead singer. That's not happening. That is not happening. So with that being said, I was still writing like how Crossover would write. So I would write the verses and a bridge and a singy hook, right? So I did this demo of this track, Hey Girl, and I'm singing on the hook. And when I say hot garbage, it was just hot garbage. And the hook, me singing was, not the words, but like the hook. So then I'm sitting around like playing with it. I'm like, all right, yeah, I like this vibe. I like this vibe. It kind of reminds me of like a old school vibe. So I even went back and I listened to Will Smith Summertime, and I kind of like try to got the, not melody or anything like that, but like trying to get that essence of that song and try to portray it on this Hey Girl song. So I did that. I was like, all right, cool, bet. So I sent it to my no, I think I brung it to my aunt because she didn't use the internet, but I brung it to my aunt and I played it for her. And she was like, I like this. And she was like, actually, I have a friend of mine whose son is a singer. He's a gospel singer. I'm going to link you two up and see if you can do something. So I was like, gospel singer? Like I know I didn't curse that much in the song, but like gospel singer, no, I don't know if that's gonna work. So she was just like, no, try it out. All right, so I didn't. So I called him, and we connect, we vibe, and he's a singer, and I'm telling him, no, sing it like this, and it clicked, it worked, and he sang the hook. He sent me the vocals back, and then I believe I got Victorious, which is a producer / DJ in Miami, to mix and master it. Now, mind you, I was recording like in my apartment in like a closet, right? Because at that time, again, I was in a dark spot, so I wasn't like going to the studio. But I know I could have sent you a demo, but the demo came out so good that I was just like, if I re-record it, I'm not gonna get the same feeling. It's not happening. So I sent him those raw vocals, and he did his best that he could do currently at that time, right? And then fast forward, come together, the song actually gelled, it fit. So I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna, this solo career is not gonna be as bad, And I went to my aunt again, who was a heavy supporter of me. Like she was just like, you do it. I decided to make a music video. So the music video, compared to all my music videos now, it's my first music video, so I laugh at it. But at the time, because I think this was like 2013, if I'm not mistaken, we shot the music video. I used one of my skater friends, and his name is Joey. I used Joey, who did a lot like, you know, TV editing and for like high school stuff, and he also was in a skate crew, not in my skate crew, but like in a skate group that, you know, so he knew how to, you know, make edits, right? So I got him with his camera. This is before 4K, so it wasn't like I think it was HD obviously, but it wasn't like crazy. And I called like all of my closest friends at that time that I was still talking to, because a lot of people in the industry via crossover I stopped dealing with, because it was just, they were just so kind of like fake or whatever the case may be in my eyes, but that's neither here or there. But I called my close friends and I said, hey, I'm doing a music video, but all I need you guys to do is just show up and we're gonna have a barbecue in this park area. I wrote the script because we're crossover videos. I would help out with writing the scripts for the themes of the music videos, along with the other members, and so I kind of had an idea of where direction I wanted to go. It's just I didn't really understand the lighting and edit transitions, and maybe having a better DP guy. Like having being a director is one important thing, but being a DP guy, which is the guy that holds the camera, is key. Lighting is the key to anything. But yeah, so we went there, we shot in the park. We wasn't supposed to shoot in the park because the park says that you can't do any type of official recording. At that time I was also sponsored by Carib Bear. So we had a Carib showing in the video and you were not supposed to have no alcohol in that park also. So we were like shooting like mad rogue, and it was a skate park there, so I invited a couple of my skaters out there to skate, and we recorded, and I put the good tricks in the music video. My best friend also was there, who was the one that passed away. He was actually on the grill because he always loved cooking, and we literally had a barbecue and I shot a music video. The main girl in the music video was my ex-fiance. So the chemistry that we had was natural because at the time it was my fiance. And it just came together. It was one of those type of things that I want to say gave me the inspiration to, you can do this music thing. You can do it, because once I released it, I got enough love, especially coming off of only doing soca per se. As in the consumer eyes, they only see me doing soca, but again, we were doing everything. And being accepted, that song actually got me to be on tour with Egyptian. Like I was opening up for Egyptian based off of that song, which a lot of people don't know, which also led me to, which helped me out being on tour with him. But that connect was also via Rhythm Stream, Dollar Sham. But a lot of people that stuck with me, seeing, that I had the stuff that I was keening for and was good at. And I took it, instead of giving up, I took it and I balled it all together and I released it, and I don't take any of that back, because that made me to the person I am today. And my Hey Girl video, I probably don't watch it as much as my other videos, but if I didn't have that Hey Girl video, you probably wouldn't have, your King H, your Who Shotches, your rants from me. My album 7-7, like Hey Girl was like, it made me, and my aunt stuck with me and she kept pushing me, and I'm still here, still kicking, still doing music, and still doing behind the scenes stuff that a lot of people don't realize, which is another episode. But yeah, that is the episode about Hey Girl music video and Hey Girl song coming together. And gotta keep your head up, It's your boy KupidakaQ again. This is Unspoken, the unspoken truth from moi. Boom.